There are a lot of common mistakes that I've noticed and what I'm actually seeing with people wanting to start assisted living, and a lot of questions that I want to actually address when it comes to these common mistakes that I'm seeing. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and stick around. What's up, everyone? I hope you guys are all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serge. Welcome to the channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, as you guys know, I appreciate every single one of you guys. And to my new viewers, guys, I've actually created a Facebook group called Legion Assisted Living Academy. I will link it down below, and make sure to go request yourselves and answer the 3 questions before requesting yourselves. It's free, so you guys might as well go join and request yourselves. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. Since I'm getting questions about staffing, I'm getting questions about how to get residents into your home, I'm getting questions about, what do you do about residents that, aren't cooperating? What do you do about residents? Are you able to accept whoever you want into your home? Guys, those are all great questions, and without a doubt, I understand that most people are just doing their due diligence when they're asking these questions. But I want to tell you guys something, and a common mistake that I made in the beginning, and I think a lot of mistakes that people do in general when it comes to this, is that they're overwhelming themselves with too many questions and with too many things that they should only worry about down the road after they actually set up their business. There are a lot of hurdles that you're going to have to jump over in the beginning processes, and then also in the later stages of the business. So for instance, the first hurdle that I want to mention and bring up and is just getting your first home, right? Finding the location is your first hurdle. And I have talked about this in previous videos about how to find the location, how to get it set up. But that will be your first hurdle, guys. So instead of asking me questions or asking yourselves questions and worrying about what could potentially happen down the road, you should be worrying about what you need to do as of today, as of right now. Where are you at in the stage of starting your business? Do you already have the home? If you do have the home, the next hurdle would be converting the home. Okay, what do you need to do to convert the home? What do you need to do for zoning? That will be your next hurdle. Okay, and then if you already have all that done and you're already at the stage of getting residents into your home, you'll jump over that hurdle when that time comes. But then, your next hurdle will be zoning and converting the home. And I think what happens is that when you do all this and you start asking yourselves all these questions, you start having thoughts of doubt, thoughts of failure, thoughts of fear, and you'll never end up getting started. So my best advice, guys, is honestly, as a good friend of mine said, stop taking advice, but start doing, right? And stop watching and start doing. So for instance, like, you guys watch my channel, which I greatly appreciate, and I really am grateful for you guys, but understand that watching me is not going to do anything for you guys unless you guys implement and execute. And I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart, guys. I'm not trying to be rude, or I'm not trying to do anything to offend you guys. I'm just strictly telling you guys that you need to understand that there is a process, a way of doing things, and a way of taking certain steps in order to succeed. And you got to do them in order. And if you sit there and think too hard about every little detail and everything and wanting a blueprint and all that, what's going to happen is the whole saying of, paralysis analysis, right? You're just going to analyze all this stuff, and then you're going to end up not even ever implementing or ever executing on anything. So the next hurdle would literally be, once you get your home or you find the potential property, the next hurdle would be getting it zoned, like I said, and converting it. And then the third hurdle would be getting it licensed, actually. So those are 3 big hurdles that you guys need to think about in the very beginning, okay? And until you guys have, jumped over those hurdles, you are ready to jump over the next one, which is the 4th one, which is actually getting residents into your home. Okay, so there's the 4th hurdle of getting residents into your home, and then you're going to have the 5th hurdle, right? Once you get a resident into your home, you're going to have how many beds you have in your home. You're going to have to get them filled, and that's going to be probably the longest hurdle to jump over and to get through. But understand that that will come, and you'll get it figured out when that time comes. It's great to have a game plan of how you're going to get residents into your home once you have all this. And then once you do get those residents into your home, start worrying about staffing then. Start worrying about certain things down the road. And having a game plan in the beginning is great, saying, all right, this is what it's going to take, this is how we're going to do it, and this is how we're going to go about doing it. And that's what I teach on my channel, is exactly that, is steps of how to actually go about starting your assisted living home. Because otherwise you're just never going to start if you get overwhelmed with all this information, but then you aren't able to actually implement it and actually put it into practice. And that is literally the most common mistake I am seeing right now with people in general of starting an assisted living, right? And the second common mistake that I'm seeing is fear. Fear alone is a huge mistake. It's something that I've personally dealt with. I still deal with it. It's not like I conquered fear and I'm just like you guys. I don't have this like special power or talent to help me get over fear, but understand that fear is something that is going to always be in your life. It's going to be something that you're just going to have to deal with, and you're just going to have to conquer and move forward. Fear is something that holds a lot of people back from actually starting, and I make it look easy and I probably make it sound easy, but in reality, guys, you need to understand that it's always going to be there, and it's just going to get easier as you get more experienced at taking risks, like starting an assisted living home or starting your second assisted living home. That will ultimately become a norm, and you'll just become stronger at, conquering your fears. And I just want you guys to understand that if I could do it, you guys can definitely do it. And that should ease you guys and not put so much fear into, whatever it is that you're wanting to do moving forward. And if that helps, great. That's what I want to do for you guys. But just understand that that's another common mistake. I look at fear as a mistake. If you're going to let yourself be held back by fear, that's a mistake. That shouldn't be a reason. The fear of running out of money, the fear of running the business into the ground, the fear of not getting residents into your home, the fear of staff quitting, the fear of all this stuff. But guys, understand that every day, we're all just trying to figure it out at the end of the day. I still try to figure out other things of how to run my business better, how to manage my staff better, how to implement certain things and strategies into my business every day. I do not have it perfected. I'm not perfect by any means. And I'm telling you guys that because I want you to understand that you'll get better as you get more experience. But that is literally another common mistake that I'm seeing, is that people are just too afraid to start, to move forward, and to get going. And you can't allow that to happen. And the third thing that I want you guys to understand is that you don't need to have everything figured out. Okay? If you try to figure it out, you'll never have room to grow. And if you don't have room to grow, you won't become better ultimately, and you won't become wiser. And therefore, if you try to have everything figured out before you ever start, well, you're never going to start because you'll never have everything figured out. And so I just want to be here to tell you guys that, and to know that don't be afraid, guys. Honestly, do not overwhelm yourselves with too much information to the point where you just don't know where to start anymore. Do what you need to do in the beginning of having a plan, but do not overwhelm yourselves. At some point, you guys are just going to have to take action. At some point, you guys are just going to have to go for it, go all out and just do it. And I just want to encourage you guys and be honest with you guys about all this, because I'm seeing it way too often. And it's something that I remember having to deal with before I ever started anything. Was I would overthink everything and think, okay, and then, I'd have too high expectations for whatever it was that I wanted to start. Even assisted living, I had crazy high expectations about how much money I could make and how easy it was going to be. And I am nowhere near what I expected. And so obviously it took me a minute to deal with that disappointment, but I got over it. But with that being said, guys, I don't want to just keep rambling on, but you guys need to understand that I want to help you guys, and I really want you guys to succeed in this, and I really want you guys to understand the things that I've dealt with, that I still deal with, that I see too often. So guys, do not make those common mistakes that I just talked about. And I know it's easier said than done, but understand that I've gone through them, and understand that I'm just like you guys, and that you guys can do this. You guys can start. You guys will be able to figure it out. Okay, like I mentioned, we're all in this trying to figure it all out, and I just want to ultimately see all of you guys succeed in assisted living. I want to see you guys pursue your passions. I want to see you guys make more money, whatever your guys' goal is, or whatever your guys' reason or why you guys are wanting to do this. I want to see you guys succeed at it, and I want to see you guys happy. I want to hear about all the stories about how I've been able to inspire you guys and to be able to help you guys. So, you know, take this with a grain of salt and understand that I want nothing but the best for every single one of you guys, and understand that I'm here for you guys, and that we're all a family here, and we're all just trying to learn and figure this all out together. Guys, again, thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. And if you guys haven't yet, go ahead, hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys are notified. Also, guys, make sure that you go and request yourselves into that group called Legion Assisted Living Academy on Facebook. We have 32 members, I believe, right now, and they're awesome, and I appreciate everybody that's in that group. And also, guys, make sure to go watch all these other videos if you haven't. I have a playlist with assisted living videos strictly for you guys to be able to watch. All the information is on there. I'll continue to add more videos on that playlist, so make sure you guys go watch it. And I appreciate all of you guys again, and I will see you guys all in the next video. God bless. Peace.